Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Me again, Santa Fox here, the Devoted Patriots 2 channel. Had a couple things I wanted to bring to y'all today, a couple stories, things that are going on in the world, including the fact that Trump is having a press conference right now involving explaining what's going on with Iran's deadline. And if you're not following this, Trump is 5, 6, 7 times told Iran, you got till this date, you got till this date, and you got till this date, and Iran keeps, jerking him around, rolling the dice, as they say, and it's not working for him, and so they're out of time. He didn't really want to blow up their infrastructure because it will also affect the population over there, not just the military aspect of it, but it will literally cripple the population to be able to go anywhere when the bridges are blown up and they and the nuclear power plants are blown up and their power infrastructure is put down. It will not just affect the people we're trying to hurt, it will actually affect the entire country. That's why he's been holding off on this, but they don't open up the strait, like he said the other day in a tweet. If you don't open up the effing strait, well, I'll let you just hear the direct quote for yourself. I don't want to butcher it up, but I'll read into that, tell you exactly what happened. If you don't know what happened over the last 48 hours, the threat that is now at D-Day. And I got a couple other things I wanted to speak with y'all about, including people going to jail. Trump's tweeting about it as well. This is final. Trump refuses to extend the Iran deadline. President Trump made it crystal clear 10-day grace period he personally granted an Iran regime at their own begging request is not getting pushed back again. In a new series of Truth Social posts this Easter weekend, the commander-in-chief set a definitive drop-dead deadline for the Islamic Republic to cease its hostilities or face a military response. Tuesday will be Powerplant Day and Bridge Day. That's tomorrow, folks. All wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. That's what he says. Just watch. Praise to be Allah, President Donald Trump. In a follow-up post, he hammered the deadline home. Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. At the Gateway Pundit, they have reported for the last 2 weeks, Trump first issued a blistering 48-hour ultimatum back in March. As a matter of fact, I've got a timeline. We'll do that. Jump over to Twitter, and I'll show you that here directly. But first, I wanted to read a little more. He says, remember when I gave you 10 days to make a deal about the Hormuz Strait? Well, time is running out. 48 hours before all hell will rain down on them. Glory be to God. Here it is, Trump at the Easter roll.
Since you did move the deadline back a couple of times, are you prepared to move the deadline back again?
They've had plenty of time. In fact, they asked for 7 days. I said, I'm going to give you 10. But at the end of 10, all hell's going to break out if you don't get things. I doubt it.
There it is. All hell fixing to break out. And here we go. Now Trump speaks on the historic Iran mission. This was just minutes ago.
The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night.
Bam. Bam. Take out the whole country. We don't want to do that, though. He's talking about the infrastructure, not blowing the people up. This comes after Iran has officially rejected a Pakistan-brokered ceasefire proposal and instead delivered a defiant 10-point counteroffer outlining sweeping demands to end the war. Full and permanent end to all hostilities, reading no more accountability for attacking U.S. interests and choking global oil supplies. They're basically saying, no. Immediate lifting of all crippling U.S. economic sanctions. They got 10 crazy ideas of what they think we should do to cater to them, and they're not even close to coming to the table with this, folks. Iran rejects the deal. Trump says, I don't know what to say for you. It's about over for you. Just hide and see. So it's coming. Tomorrow ought to be some fireworks on the TV about 8 p.m. Maybe get to see some live stuff getting blown up. We will have to see. In the meantime, I've got a little AI video for you. I'm streaming directly. So stick around. It says updated March 22nd. Trump said open Hormuz Strait in 48 hours. March 26th, 4 days later, Trump said open the Hormuz Strait in 5 days or less. On the 27th, next day, open Hormuz in 10 days. April 4th, this is now almost 2 weeks later. Open Hormuz in 48 hours, he says, and this was just a couple of days ago. April 5th, open Hormuz by Tuesday, Trump says. That's your 48-hour deadline. Well, April 7th, open the effing strait by Tuesday, he retruths, and open Hormuz by Wednesday. And I think he threw that out there just to make them think that they're not going to get attacked on Tuesday, because I think Tuesday is the deadline for these folks. He's not going to play with them no longer than he has to. This has gone on long enough. We need to get that oil out of there. Trump said we could go over there and blow them up and take their oil, but I don't know if that's the right answer. The right answer is to find somebody over there that can police the situation, that has their country's people best interest at heart, including the money they should be making from having that waterway open. I mean, I'm sure they make money on all that. Now, it is just a matter of time. The infrastructure over there will start to go. They'll probably systematically do it. They'll go through and hit the power grid probably last, but I'm guessing they're going to hit all their bridges first, which will shut them down from being able to transport, which is going to starve a lot of people out. And I hate to say that because I hate to see that because I don't believe the Iranian people are the problem. I believe the Iranian leadership is the problem. Now this here is a 15-second AI generated clip over here from Grok. There's the power plant and the bridge. Trump said it. Now it's power plant and bridge day. It's happening, folks. It's going to be ugly. They've been warned. I think it's about time to change gears on the situation, though. It's coming, folks. I have no doubt in my mind, just like prosecution is coming for a lot of these clowns in the deep state. That's why Trump is shaking things up after his first year, which he does that he did it in both terms, just shook stuff up. Well, he's even got J.D. Vance as part of building a task force, a team of prosecutors that are going to go in and stop the fraud, investigate the fraud, build cases and incarcerate the people that are under investigation for the fraud, and hopefully give them long prison sentences. It says right now, over $280 billion in fraud has been found under Gavin Newsom in California, not to include the Minnesota fraud as well. Every group possible has been looting the state in California and U.S. tax dollars. Roman International Fraud Ring, rap groups in Memphis, Tennessee, prison gangs, California death row inmates applying for unemployment. They got rich during the COVID. The NGOs, of course, and they're probably the worst of it. The hospice fraud, which is in the billions of dollars. The daycare fraud. The election fraud. And so much more. It's all being exposed. We're talking $200-300 billion worth of fraud is starting to come out of the woodworks as far as the information goes, and just a little bit of investigating is going on. I think there's been about a half a dozen people arrested over just obvious stealing the money, millions of dollars from businesses that are Nick Shirley and several types like Nick Shirley, Benny Johnson have exposed in California. Tom Fenton, Judicial Watch have all been exposing the criminality going on over there hand and fist in California, but not just in California, but all over the country. It's happening, and it's starting to be found out in one state after another. The Minnesota Somali fraud was just the beginning. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of this is going on by the politicians. They're catering to it. They're telling their employees to go ahead and let them do it. Even though they're illegals and have no IDs, let's go ahead and sign them up for this benefit or that benefit. We can give them food stamps because the government don't know what we're spending the money on. That's what's really going on in these sanctuary cities and states. And as a result of it, the criminality has gotten rampant and is being taken advantage of, maybe by the citizens, but more than that, I'm sure by the illegals, because they wanted to incentivize them to stay. So we've got a huge problem where people from all over the world, including Islamic nations, Muslim nations, that are just literally saturating into the country and bleeding us dry, not just our welfare system through legal means or illegal means of just acquiring welfare because they got a social security number, but actually defrauding the system by claiming hospice and all kinds of other frauds that people like Nick Shirley, like I said, has exposed. And just the autism fraud, can't forget about that one. We have no idea just how bad it is until we dig. They said, Glenn Beck said the other day, about a third of California welfare system is totally corrupt. About a third of it is just fictitious, paying checks to people that don't even live in this country at this point. Crazy to hear, but it's absolutely true. So question is anybody going to go to jail? Anybody high? Is Gavin Newsom going to go to jail for negligence of criminality at the least? I mean, we all know he's a criminal. I think it'd be pretty easy to prove. So we're going to find out what J.D. Vance knows. And not just in California, we're going to find out about more fraud. We're going to find out about Obama fraud. We're going to find out about Russia collusion fraud. And not just find out about it and read about it here on X or have somebody podcast about it on YouTube. We're going to have this stuff exposed before the whole world when people like Barack Obama get indicted. And I believe all this is coming, but he'll probably be one of the big fish to fry when they do the RICO Act roundup. That I believe is coming. In my heart, I have to believe it's coming. But we will see. We got about anywhere from a year to 3 years to get the situation under control and literally root out the rot in the deep state, which includes people like Obama still running stuff like NATO, and we'll get into that directly as well. It says, hey, Barack Obama, America will always be a Christian nation. Jesus Christ is our one true king. We should remember that, being Easter time. All roads lead to Obama. The whole trans thing, the whole let's let all the Islam nations in the country. Let's Somalify Minnesota. This is all Obama doing. He wanted to turn us into a third world nation. Just facts of the matter. He didn't mind kicking the Mexicans out. That's a fact. But anybody from Pakistan to Uzbekistan wanted to come over here, he had no problem with it. But more than that, he wanted his Muslim brothers. His Muslim
Islam.
brothers.
We are no longer a Christian nation.
We do not consider ourselves a Christian nation.
The United States has been enriched by Muslim Americans.
You hear this? These are just a few different clips of some things that Barack Obama said while he was running for president and while he was president. We are no longer a Christian nation. We should be accepting of the Muslim nation. You catch that? We're going to back it up. This is what happened to America, folks. This is what happened to Europe.
We are no longer a Christian nation.
We do not consider ourselves a Christian nation.
The United States has been enriched by Muslim Americans. Since our founding, American Muslims have enriched the United States. Islam has always been a part of America's story.
Nope.
There is a mosque in every state in our union and over 1,200 mosques within our borders.
That's scary.
Let there be no doubt, Islam is a part of America.
I call that an invasion, folks, and he's quite proud of it. Always was quite proud of it, and you see the problems we're having right now with terrorism all over the world. Open borders to let people in that have not been vetted, that a lot of them didn't come here to become Americans, or to come here and assimilate. They come here to set up their own country in our nation. And we can't have that, folks. We can't have Sharia law, Dallas turning into Sharia law, Muslim Brotherhood, mosque super centers. We can't have that, folks. These folks got to go. It says, and just entered a bombshell revelation. Former U.S. President Barack Hussein Obama has allegedly established a back channel. This is allegedly a back channel to communicate directly with NATO leaders, anticipating a possible Trump administration withdrawal from NATO. So what's been going on is what I have to believe is Barack Obama never stopped talking to these NATO people. He's probably been whispering in all these European leaders' ears for the last several years because he wants the Ukraine war funding to continue. I believe it's in his best interest and half of the European leaders' interest as well to keep the war going. But as far as helping Trump or helping themselves when it comes to getting their own oil out of the Strait of Hormuz, NATO's been peeing down their leg. Trump's about tired of it. I don't blame him. And it would not surprise me at all, that Barack Obama is still in close relations and ties with all of these globalist European leaders, European Union leaders that think that Trump is the enemy and they are just too scared to fight him on those things. The fact of the matter is they're a bunch of globalists as well, most of these world leaders. Just my opinion, folks. But, yeah, there's no reason for us to continue to be a part of NATO at this point. They don't help us when we ask for their help. They don't even help themselves. But we're here to help them while Obama whispers in their ear as what they should and shouldn't do according to, what, his policy? His Islamic policy? I don't think so. Thought I'd bring y'all that. I thought that was a pretty interesting piece of information. There's several people who tweeted out that same clip today, saying that Obama is allegedly talking to NATO and backdooring NATO, which doesn't surprise me. He never really left Washington, D.C. He's probably still refusing to leave. He can't accept losing. It's just killing his soul that Trump beat him out, not once, not twice. Not once, but twice. Hillary got beat out, and then Joe Biden cheated to win, and then his girl Kamala got beat out. So Trump beat Barack Obama twice over, his third and his fourth term. It's time to go after the head of snakes at this point, folks. We don't want to just hear about crime in Gavin Newsom, California. We don't want to just hear about how Russia collusion hoax was orchestrated by Obama. We want to see accountability ASAP. And so we got people like Trump retweeting this Newsmax clip here just today. And we'll end with this one here, folks. I thought this was quite interesting.
Shoes. I hate to say this, but President Barack Obama, there is now incontrovertible evidence that he was the spearhead of a seditious conspiracy to subvert the will of the American people and overthrow the United States government back in 2016. We must, absolutely must, hold every one of these criminals accountable for the crimes that they committed. They are the most heinous crimes committed in American history. James Comey, John Brennan, Clapper, Rice, Biden was in the meeting in July 28th in the Oval Office. They briefed Barack Obama on Hillary Clinton's plan to, quote, tie Trump to Russia collusion lies. It consumed our national discourse for 5 years. It undermined a sitting duly elected president. It sabotaged administration. It framed a three-star general. It destroyed and ripped this country apart. We had a constitutional crisis, the likes of which I don't think any American can fully comprehend. It is atrocious, and every single one of them must be held accountable.
That's right. Every single one of them must be held accountable. And I can't wait. It's happening. It's going to happen, folks. We do got to get a couple more of these Democrats out of the Department of Justice. Anybody that refuses to prosecute from this point forward, whether it's Attorney General, Deputy Attorney General, or assistant to the Deputy Attorney General, if any of these folks have any reason in the world they can't prosecute at least these three, we got a huge problem, folks. Todd Blanchard's already saying he sees nothing involved in the Epstein file we're talking about anymore. There's nobody else involved. It's pretty scary that he's already brushing that under the rug. But at any rate, we're going to find out here in the next couple of months who's going to be our new Attorney General, our new Deputy Attorney General. All that stuff is still in the works. And we may have to fire a couple more until we get to one that's actually going to go in there and do what Trump wants to do and start locking these efforts up. That's what we need, folks. Accountability.